Cookie Clicker is alive and is asking for my consent. There is no option to refuse. We are sent to the world in the post-apocalypse caused by the Cookie Clicker grandmothers. It is our job to repopulate the planet with life. Instead of clicking for cookies, we click for entropy, the most basic form of energy. We need this to slowly rebuild our once vibrant, creative planet. Is it really worth rebuilding this? Within 15 seconds of launching the game, I got tired of clicking manually and bought a mouse with an auto clicker. I justify it by telling myself it's for you, the viewer. There will be more juicy content if I progress faster. And I understand that you have evolved past the need for food. You now consume a diet of content. Today, I will be your chef, your McDonald's fry cook, if you will. With our entropy, we can create the primordial soup that enables all life to be born. Within no time, we'll have unicycling bears, falcons that steal ice cream, and the French. And then, I created the moon. Keep this in mind for later. Creating the moon took 240 entropy. My clicking is more potent now. The moon's gravitational pull increases my power. Personally, I chase the moon every night, making sure to be directly under it. The pull of the moon makes me taller. This is why I'm the 7-foot Giga Chad and you're the one eating my content. Finally, it's time to create life. We can create either base amino acids or anime women, but I don't want competition for your attention, so I created George, an amino acid that produces entropy for me. I created DNA, but this time I spliced the genetic code and removed the ability to see the color brown. This ensures cookies will never be invented, saving the universe. Wait, what's that sound? There are 57 simultaneous earthquakes. It can't be. It's the powerhouse of the cell! Make way for the eukaryotic cell, powered by the mitochondria. This was giving me tons of entropy per second. I kept discovering new scientific breakthroughs and creating life. Sponges to make an animated kids series about the struggles of running a restaurant on razor-thin margin, being perceived as greedy when you just want to feed your teenage daughter. The good news is the Earth now has water and land. We're only 2 elements away from an animated kids series. I never saw that one. An ice comet has come past Earth. Using it will give me 30 times clicking power for 15 seconds. I have to click as fast as possible, so in addition to my auto-click, I've mapped my 4 number keys to click so they count as well. I managed to get 339 clicks, that's 22 per second. The world record is 25. It is now my life goal to beat that number. With my new level of power, I created jellyfish. Technically animals, but they don't have brains. Maybe this is where evolution should have stayed. With no brains, there's no war, anxiety, the French. But the video must be longer so your belly is full. Luckily, there's another comet. This is my chance. This time I hired a slave to help me click. They're quite cheap for only 15 seconds. 350 clicks, 23 per second. I'm still a failure, but a better failure. And now I can afford a flatworm. I'm not going to explain what these are. Only intellectuals can eat my content. And as all you smart people know, flatworms evolved into rocks. Inside the rock was a dinosaur skeleton. The sentient cookie clicker was mad I broke his rock and spoiled the whole game for me. It was all a simulation. Damn it, that was going to be the twist ending of this video. I zoom out and it's all a simulation on the grandmother's smart fridge. Now I have to come up with something different. It says learning how the dinosaurs died might teach us how humans will die. We both know how the humans died. I'm guessing the dinosaurs died to a giant cookie crashing into their planet. I now have a second universe to look after, filled with dinosaurs. The first one is an archosaur, born to walk with the most swagger of any creature in existence. This world started with trees and lakes. I didn't even have to make the moon myself. This is easy. Too easy. Like being handed a test with all the answers already filled out. You hand it up for a free pass. 3 minutes later, you're arrested for cheating. You spend the next 17 years in federal prison. You befriend a Somalian pirate, plan your adventures on the seas, then he stabs you for half a cigarette. In other words, it's a trap. The world is created for me, but I have to manually click the dinosaurs to work. I click to make the archosaur go find snails for me, so that I can buy more archosaurs. This economy somehow makes more sense than one run by cookies. I've discovered a second species called the can't be bothered pronouncing. He looks at this river of water all day, every day. I bet he still has a more interesting life than you. Now I'm manually making 2 dinosaurs collect snails. I would go back to the main universe, but I'm getting dangerously close to life crawling out of the water, which means one thing, the friend. In this world we have missions, and my first one is to collect 25 how do you even say that. So I did that and it rewarded me with a rock. Fantastic, I've always wanted a weapon to intimidate the other males so I can reach the top of the social hierarchy. Sadly I am the only clicking god here, there are no males to fight, no women to impress. So I broke the rock. Inside was an extra bone that automates the first dinosaur. Oh, thank god I don't have to actually play this game. With all my missions done, I'm ready to exterminate this planet. It's been 7 minutes, I think we may be rushing a bit ahead of the timeline, but if that's what the cookie god wants, I will not disappoint him. The remnants of this world will be nothing but chocolate chips and snail carcasses. I don't know if snails are big enough to have carcasses. Please discuss. Murdering hundreds of dinosaur families rewards us with 10% speed in the main universe. I rebuilt my dinosaur society and discovered the first creature with ankles. This guy is responsible for every sprained ankle in human history. Press this button to send him a death threat. I went back to find my flatworms had made 4 million entropy, allowing me to create a fish. Remember that the moon used 240 entropy. If you aren't aware, the moon is much bigger than a fish. Here's a scale comparison. Get it? Scale. Then I saw a triceratops. They forgot the halo energy sword. I raced through the missions towards another extinction event so I could wipe the minimal horned creature off the planet. Now behold, wings. Press this button if you have wing. Back in the main world, I've created a tetrapod. Tetra meaning 4 and pod meaning feet. This game is rich with descriptions of evolution, history and life, but I've ignored most of it. Is it because I'm lazy? Is it because I don't want to bore you and keep my retention at a healthy 17%? No, it's because they don't know what they're talking about. I take it back, this game is completely realistic. My next mission is to collect 46 Steph Currys. This will allow me to exterminate the world and kill all 46 that I just obtained. We then start again, keeping the automatic bones that we discovered, and the dinosaurs can repopulate for a 5th time. I'll let them live for a while this one, so I can focus on the main universe and getting 25 clicks per second. I've created a rabbit, and soon an animated kid series, about humanity thinking animals have no thoughts, emotions, or value, being hunted for what you are and not your character. Another ice comment, this is my chance. I have developed a new technique involving 4 keyboards at the same time, 344 clicks. It turns out 1 slave is better than 4 keyboards. This let me approach the first human-like creature, the ape. Finally, we have a creature that represents humanity, our artistic vision, our love, and our suffering. And the first thing it does is dab. Now it's time I reveal my secret project. 379 clicks, 25 per second. This leads into a glimpse of the future. Not far from the ape is the human brain, responsible for creating mathematics, Scientology, photographs that look like 2 different things, and the concept of nationality that in turn created the French. Okay, time out. Why do I dislike the French? Do you have any guesses? Well, the answer is, I don't. I've been lying to you to keep you watching this video. Don't rely on a YouTuber to have satisfying answers, or to share their real opinions. Then I upgraded. Also, their stupid little hats. Who wants their hat to be wobbly? Anyway, back to Cookie Clicker without Cookie. With quantum technology, we have discovered what the first thought actually was. Money should trickle to the top and most powerful. Aha, that's proof that capitalism is natural and we don't have to change it in any way. We now have a new resource, thoughts. Through this, I've created a monkey that can stare at meat, the longest attention span ever recorded. It's time to create humans, the species that can't decide how many wheels a bike should have. You can see them already plotting where to build Skyrise Casino. This unlocked the Neolithic age. The first things farmed were wheat, barley, and Skyblock Slayer XP. This is a sight you'll all recognize. 2 men fighting over an anvil with a farmer giving the winner some bread, while a giant monkey prepares to eat the loser. This is called society. And you live in one, unless you're watching this in space, or the future. Either way, I don't like you, because I'm jealous of you. Please leave this video. I've progressed from amino acids to life to intelligence to sword. What's next? A book. And a thick book at that. Why was the first book 600 pages long? They had only invented 3 letters. I've been so focused on ideas, I've neglected nature. I wonder if that's a common thing. But I can create new life. A crocodile. This is to eat the humans if they invent baking and try to make a cookie, or if they invent stupid little hats. Remember how the moon was worth 240 entropy? 1 rabbit cost 7 trillion. This game has given me a phobia I didn't know existed. A phobia of the Easter Bunny. I've skipped through most of it, but this game is essentially me clicking as fast as I can on a screen for hours. I've just been clicking this forever. My fingers have started speaking to me, begging for protein powder. Also, humans are garbage. They give hardly any entropy for their high price. Almost like they're a parasite on the planet, taking much more than they give. But they are discovering technology incredibly fast. It's turning this idle game active. I've even invented a train. How hard would it have been to put the train on tracks and have it move in a circle? 0 out of 10 for effort. Don't buy Cookie Clicker 2. We entered the atomic age. The bombs were looming. We're approaching the end of technology. We don't know what lies beyond. The amino acids are distressed. The jellyfish have lost their sting. The humans are still fighting over made-up plots of land. The inevitable has finally happened. We invented video games! Cookie Clicker exists within Cookie Clicker 2. We've discovered Mars. Nanotechnology has led to robots building themselves. The game is glitching. Is technology taking over? Artificial intelligence cannot be stopped. Crocodiles, help us, it's too late. We are finally at the point of singularity, where the universe collapses into a single point. The mass amount of entropy we have created has become too much. Will anyone remember our universe? Will I ever watch Avatar, Airbender Saga Extreme to learn what it's about? Will you stop eating toast for dinner? You're old enough to be cooking real food, you know. You should probably start maturing if you want someone to love you. Maybe you think you're being yourself and someone should love you for that. Maybe you should become better. Will the next Marvel movie be any good? Then the game crashed, and it zoomed out to reveal this entire time it was on the grandmother's Fitbit. You didn't see that coming, did you?